In this video, I want to share a very simple web application, a chatter application that is run with an LLM model locally, just exactly like what we do with ChatGPT, but in a local environment. So let's jump straight into the video. So this is the web interface of the web application running in the local host 8001 port, as you can see. So this is the web interface, and here I can ask the LLM model that is integrated with the web app. So I can ask anything here, and there will be the response from the LLM model. I installed the LLM model Llama 3.2. As you can see, if I go to the new window and just run, I installed it with Ollama. So Ollama list. So as you can see, there is the Llama 3.2 latest. Okay, this model. Okay. So it has a 2 GB size. So this is what this LLM model is locally installed in my machine. So I integrated the LLM model with my web application, a very simple web application where this is the web interface. As you can see, there is a brand here, the Llama Chat application. So it's given some information here: local processing, fast response, memory context. So if I ask something, let's say, tell me something. Let's say something about yourself. So if I ask the model, then the model will think, and it will take around 30 seconds to give the response. So we'll wait for it. Okay, so now as you can see, I asked the question as the user, tell me something about yourself. It gives the response. The assistant gives a response. I'm an artificial intelligence model, which means this is the response that is given. So not only that, I can also ask some more questions, so more subsequent questions, and it will give a response based on the previous chat history. For example, can you tell me whether 8 GB RAM is enough to run LLM models? Let's say I ask this question. So the previous response will be there, and there will be augmented responses based on the latest question. So as you can see, it is also thinking again. It will take some time, and then it will give the response with the previous chat history. So now, as you can see, this is the first question that I asked. Then it gave this response. Then I asked another subsequent question, and it gave this response. As you can see, this is the detailed response here. So you can do a series of conversations, just like you can do with ChatGPT, Gemini, etc. But you can do it in the locally without internet. Okay, as you have downloaded the LLM model. A couple of more points that I want to highlight is that this chat history is cached. So if I just reload the browser, as you can see, it's still stored. The whole conversation is still stored with 2 questions and 2 responses. So it's cached, so I can reload it. And this web application integrated with LLM model is completely done with AI. So I didn't do much of the coding. More than 90% was done by AI. As you can see, if I open the code on tray, as you can see, I did this whole conversation and build this. As you can see, this is the preview of the web application. As you can see, this is the whole conversation that I use. So this is the quote-unquote vibe coding that I did to build this web application very quickly. If I go through the code implementation, as you can see, there are basically it's a very simple implementation. There are basically 2 routes here, a slash and slash chat. One is a get request, another is a post request. So the get is basically the base endpoint, the slash. So it checks first what initialize empty conversation if it's not exist. So if there are no conversations, it initializes an empty conversation. As you can see, there is a key conversation in the session, and there is an empty array here. So if there are no conversations, okay, So then it returns the empty conversation. So it's basically when there is empty conversation. And when I send, so when I give a send request, when I click on the send button and when I ask a question and click send, it goes to this endpoint chat. So it takes the first conversation, the conversation variable holds an empty array, and there is a new prompt here. So the conversation array has a role, user, and a content is the new prompt message. So this is the content. So the context prompt is first an empty string, and then for each of the conversations, the context prompt is appends the role and the content. Okay, and then there is a response generated. It basically calls the API endpoint, the local llama 3.2 latest model endpoint, which is API generate. So as you can see, this it takes the prompt and returns a JSON response, and it's stored in the data. Okay, so the conversation array has a role, which is assistant, and a content, which is the data, and then the conversation is put in the session, and the response is returned with the JSON response and the conversation. Okay, and then it's showed in the view, which is the welcome view. As you can see, this is the welcome view. It has the styling, and this is the chat. As you can see, this is the conversation. The conversations are displayed here. So this is how this is implemented. The code implementation is done. I hope you like the chatter application that I showed. So in the next video, I'll come up with another interesting project demonstration. So stay tuned for that.